Previously on the Damage Guild podcast.
Oh no, I've seen this movie. It's Attack of the Giant Squash!
Beast flies in and tries to take a stab at Azlo. Make a con save.
I will do just that. Yeah, I'm not even going to say what number it was. It's embarrassing.
You fall to the ground paralyzed, and your body's curling up. All of your muscles contract.
All right, Stripey boy. Little Stripey boy, it's all you. It all comes down to you. You haven't had a single hit this entire combat.
This is where he launches off your shoulder.
Yeah, he launches off of my shoulder into the beast. Ooh, does a 16 hit? A 16 hits, right?
Yes.
Yes, Stripey! For 7 damage.
Okay, at long last.
Yeah!
Stripey leaps off of your shoulder.
He eats the squash.
And he tears into the creature's thorax.
So we carry Azlo to the healer.
You arrive at another small hobbit hole.
Okay. Kick in the door, as is customary in hobbit culture.
No, Shabba, wait. Shabba, seriously, we don't have Azlo. We have to do this,
diplomatically.
very carefully. So I'm going to gingerly...
Knock. Okay.
Give him a little knocksy. Hello?
Anybody home?
We're just kind strangers.
You hear some movement inside, and then a few seconds later, this woman opens the door. She's got odd jewelry that seems to have some sort of animal and plant bits and pieces hanging from it. Little bones and claws
Motifs.
and leaves and things.
Very tribal.
Yeah, somewhat tribal in here. It also has a rather odd odor coming from this room. Just a mix of smells.
Making dinner in there?
No, I just finished eating.
Smells pretty good.
What seems to be the problem?
You want to invite us in for dinner?
This halfling has vowed to give his entire fortune, everything he owns, to become well again. And we are here at his bidding to make it so. To see it happen. We will not rest until...
Okay, we don't say this. We don't say this, do we?
Until we have forfeited. Forfeited literally every single... He owns.
In fact, he wants to fully pay for your services, offer a tip, and then he wants to donate the rest to charitable causes that you're doing in your community.
In the event that your fees are not equal to or greater than his total wealth, than his total net worth, he would like to find out the nearest charitable organization at which he may donate the rest.
Yep. And then
We'll go into debt, if need be, in order to pay you money. Just name the price.
We go to the nearby ATM and make a withdrawal.
He would like to take out a loan with all of his assets as collateral to pay you whatever you wish.
Okay, so we really don't say that, though, right?
So, yeah, what do you actually say?
This dude is hurt real bad. Can you look at him?
The reality is always so much less boring, or more boring, less exciting.
I can take a look. Can you tell me what happened?
No.
Just complete opposites.
Wait, why not?
I mean, I guess you can take a look at him if you want.
We were on a secret mission, that's why I took us. A secret quest.
Well, we could tell them about the giant squash beasts.
Okay, I make a nature check to see if I know what those things were.
Didn't you already do that?
That's pretty good. I rolled an 18.
Yeah, you already made that check.
I think everybody already did that.
Oh, we did? Okay, never mind.
All right, I see if I remembered what they were, but I just didn't know before. Have you ever encountered these things that fly around and eat spiders, and they have a hook-shaped stinger on the back and then some claws and wings?
I've heard of them.
Their bodies look like a fine, fresh summer squash.
Spider eaters?
Yeah, one of those guys. Well, he got stinged by one. We all got stinged by one, except for Tokas. But then I got better, and Azlo didn't.
Well, I got bit by it, and I showed him my shoulder, the holes in it.
Yeah, your non-shoulder, what's left of it.
Just disintegrating, just falling apart.
I might need help, too. But Azlo first.
I should be able to take care of the poison if you give me a few minutes to get things ready, and of course, there will be a price for my services.
Oh, yes, definitely. What kind of price are we talking about here?
Business has been slow lately, so it doesn't seem like anyone else is going to need this tonight.
That's true.
How about
We're your only customers.
50 gold?
50 gold. 40 gold sounds like 30 gold would be really good. So we'll pay you 20 gold, and then we'll pay you 5 gold when the job's done. Sound good?
I do have to make a living.
Azlo, how good are you with being paralyzed for the next 3 months?
Give us a nod or a...
Blink your eye twice if you're good.
So give us, can you blink?
You can kind of go...
I do that.
Azlo, go if you're okay, and be silent if you're not.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I apologize. Sorry to disturb you. Goodbye. We'll never see you again.
Oh, I thought you meant okay with spending the gold to save my life.
Oh, no, I thought you meant okay like you're cool as you are, like you're good with being paralyzed.
Miscommunication. Communication is the key to our relationship.
So, Shabba, what's your persuasion?
Not good.
Is it as bad as mine?
It is bad, but it's not as bad as yours.
Okay.
Because when I reached 4th level, Tokas, I put a +1 into my charisma. So my persuasion is now a flat 0 instead of a -1.
Shabba, without that witch doctor-y person looking, take the rabbit foot from Azlo and give it a nice rub, and then try to convince them to do it more cheaply.
Any chance you could give us a discount? And I rub the rabbit's foot real good. And then I rub it on her face a little bit. Because it's soft.
Just like a little...
Make a persuasion check.
You probably just gave her advantage on her ability to resist your persuasion.
Do you have your inspiration still? Or...
Oh my gosh! Look at that! Look at that! Whoa! That's a natural 20!
This is like a really good time to get the 20. 20!
This die is like the best of times and the worst of times. All in one night.
It's been some ups and downs.
Yeah, right?
Well, I suppose it is true. I did just say that there aren't very many people coming by. Don't expect anyone else tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to cheap you out or anything, but we're kind of on a budget here. We're low-level adventurers.
How about 40?
That sounds amenable, I think. What do you think, Azlo? Go, if you're okay with it. With 40. Alright. I take 40 gold out of Azlo's purse and give it to her.
It hurts. Losing the gold, I mean.
The paralysis isn't that bad, actually. It gives me a lot of time to think about life and my purpose.
She turns to Tokas and says, "Bring him inside. Set him down over here." And she points to a low bed.
Alright, so I motion for Shabba to put him into my arms.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember when Xander was younger, I think one of Sarah's sisters was like, yeah, it must be nice having everybody carry you around and, spoon feed you and wipe your butt and stuff. I mean, Azlo, if you really think about it, it's probably not that bad, right? Get carried around and have your every need attended to.
Is that yes or no? Alright, so as I'm holding Azlo delicately in my arms and I look into his eyes and I say, "Remember that raise?"
We'll talk later.
Sounds good, boss. And I carry him lovingly inside and put him where you told me to.
So she reaches onto a shelf nearby and pulls off this odd-looking twisted stick with some talismans hanging from the end of it.
You're not going to stick that in Azlo, are you?
Takes out a bunch of acupuncture needles.
No, this is simply my tools of the trade. And she goes over you and starts waving the stick over your body and chanting.
This stuff never works.
Shabba, the only reason it doesn't work is because you don't believe that it works. You have to believe.
We paid 40 gold for this mumbo-jumbo. This is what Tokas is thinking inside of his head.
This is hocus pocus.
And I poke my head out the front door and I shake my head at Shabba and I'm like, I do this.
Ugh.
And you're like, oh, I know what that means.
Great. Snake oil salesman.
So we go back in, or I go back in.
After you step back inside, you can already see that Azlo is now lying flat on the bed. He seems to be recovered from the paralysis.
Whoa!
His eyes are open, And Azlo, you feel much better.
Dang. I stick my head in the door. Healer lady, what's your god? Which one of the gods is your god? Just out of curiosity.
That is a good question. Let me look them up.
Are you thinking of converting again?
No.
Remember how last time that went?
No, I definitely am not. I was just curious because, that's pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome.
I mean, I've seen Thacken do some pretty crazy stuff in the name of Kavaki. I'm just saying, this is also pretty cool.
I think this is one that has not been brought up before.
Oh,
a new god.
Indeed.
Is it Yondala? Or perhaps Arvarine? I guess it's your own pantheon, huh?
Except for Kavaki.
Yeah, I didn't come up with Kavaki.
Yeah, that's cool that you came up with your own deity, Jay.
No, I didn't. It's from D&D lore. I think it's like Forgotten Realms or whatever. It's Kavoktoberfest. Man, the fall is just a great time of year if you're a Kavakiite. You've got Kavoktoberfest followed by Goats Giving and then Goatsmas.
Yep,
Goatsmas. It's like a trifecta of festivity. Let me tell you.
Well, what do you call the new year?
Oh, you don't even want to know.
I worship Aracel, the goddess of nature and healing.
That sounds cool. How do you spell that?
Auricel.
Aracel.
Goddess of nature and healing?
Mm-hmm.
Sick, bro. Oh.
Sister.
Welcome to the Pantheon, Aracel.
I don't think that's how... Yeah. I don't think that's how that works.
I pray to Kavaki and ask him to give RSL a heavenly high five.
Maybe we should, apologize to that particular god, because we've killed countless numbers of wildlife.
No, that's just that's the natural order of things.
You actually haven't killed that much wildlife.
Yeah, actually we have, because every single night that we're camping in the wild, I'm killing wildlife.
Oh, that's true. You hunt, but that's just hunting for survival. It's not
right.
So she doesn't frown upon that?
I mean, we were just talking about how cruel nature is.
Yeah, there's any god of nature would understand that there's a cycle, right? There's an ecosystem, there's an order of things.
As long as you're not, killing things and then just leaving it.
Right.
That's perfectly fine.
Azlo, how do you feel?
I feel like I've just returned from the jaws of death.
Your muscles are still pretty sore after being tensed up for that long.
Yeah, also I'm really sore.
Actually, it wasn't death, it was an ugly squash monster. But there were jaws involved, most certainly.
Close enough.
What did you see?
I was in a big, blank, dark space, and it was like I was watching all my gold fall out from beneath me. Yeah. Disappearing into the blackness.
Kind of like real life.
What do you mean?
Azlo?
I mean, we paid this chick 40 gold to cure you.
Wait, how much?
40 gold.
You were conscious for that.
Oh yeah, I was conscious for that. But I think I was hallucinating or something.
You'd had PTSD over it and you repressed it, even though it was only 5 minutes ago.
You said how much gold? He starts rocking back and forth. But no.
It could have been far higher. It could have been over twice that much.
Do you have any remedies for this particular condition?
What condition? Greed?
Yeah, greed. Right.
Oh, I got this anti-greed antidote right here.
We don't know how to fix this. He's been like this for years, ever since we've known him.
I take a few deep breaths. No, I think I'll be all right. I guess it's probably better to be alive and whatnot. But
yeah, probably.
Wow, thanks for saving my bacon there, guys.
Well, we saved your bacon and your eggs. I don't know what that even means, but we...
It's an old Goliath saying. Don't worry about it.
Good to have you back, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
So while Shabba was carrying you in the woods and you were out, I totally reworked the contract some more because you were unconscious.
On our way over here. As we were running from the giant spider.
I also put a pen in your hand and I used it to sign several pages and initial several others. So you're going to find some changes around the company that you may not be expecting.
Yeah. We're going to totally have to process this through the legal team, of course. And,
well, yeah. Wait, what's this about owing a life debt to Tokas? I don't remember signing for that. Wait, Tokas is the new boss of the company. What?
Well, actually, I'm changing the name.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's going to be Tokas's I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet, but we're not the AAA team anymore.
The Triple T team.
The Triple T team. Tokas' Tantastic Adventures.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, healer lady, whose name we didn't ask when we got here. See ya.
Still really a ripoff.
No, literally, we will probably never see you again. But if we go into another quest and we get hurt outside of town, we will definitely come back and ask for your services.
Yeah, and may Arliel smile upon your various plants.
Endeavors.
You mean
RSL?
Why would I want to associate with that
Witch.
She's not a witch, but
I think she is.
She's a very odd one on the edge of town, that Arliel.
He meant RSL. He meant your god.
RSL, yeah.
I meant to say RSL.
Well then, thank you.
Simple slip of the tongue.
No, what do you mean Ariel? What's your beef with Ariel?
Her name is also not Ariel.
It's Arliel.
Oh, Arliel.
She's just a strange one. Always
being strange.
Spending all of her time with her artwork. She almost never comes into town to talk to anyone else.
Yeah, art is dumb. And being by yourself is dumb. Who does that?
So, I mean, do you think she's lonely? Does she talk to the art?
I don't go out of my way to talk to her, so I don't know.
She's like, this is my boyfriend, and it's just like a painting of another halfling.
Or it's like a wooden scarecrow, just like smiling.
With like a painted on smile and like one eye cocked to the right.
He's always so nice to me.
He's never hurt my feelings, not even once.
We're getting married in the fall. You're all invited.
Oh boy. Yeah, well, she's a little eccentric maybe, but she's very talented as well.
Yeah.
You should go into her shop and give it a look.
Yeah, and she gave us this, and I hold up the rabbit foot.
You should support the local arts.
Mm-hmm. It's very important. Well, thanks again. We still don't know your name. Bye. And we leave and go back to Arliel's.
See ya.
40 gold, and we don't even know. Random shaman in the woods.
Yeah.
Well, in the town. You're in a town.
Yeah, in the town. Yeah.
Oh.
It's a halfling village of... What was its name again?
Halfling Town.
Lessenrel, right?
Lessenrel, yes.
Lessenrel.
Lessenrel.
Shabba, can you wait outside with the mounts for a bit?
Yeah.
And I lock eyes with Azlo for a moment, and I say, "Let's enjoy this halfling town. It's one of the few places where we're actually kind of normal sized." And we go to the local tavern or something.
Yeah, it's true. We should probably rest up and get back all our hit points and everything.
So you're going to find an inn to stay the night at?
Yeah. Get some food and drink. We'll sleep at the inn. Shabba can sleep outside on the ground. It'll be great.
I was going to say, I would prefer to sleep under the stars, so I put Taily and Petunia so that they're like butt to butt, so that they're tail to tail, and then I just lay across both of their backs.
And they die. It is nice to be around people that are our size. You know, we could do some speed dating before we head out, Azlo.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
One of you guys should ask Arliel out. She's clearly very nice and very popular.
No, she's already engaged. Remember, she's getting married in the fall.
Oh, what's his name?
I had forgotten.
Twiggy.
Twiggy, yeah. Twiggy Twothers.
I was going to say Woody, but I like that. Yeah. I like Twiggy.
You find a nice room at the moss-covered rock.
Nice.
They actually do have rooms that are big enough for the tall folk as well.
Wow.
Since it's an inn, I mean, they have to deal with more people than
that's true.
Halflings normally would invite into their houses.
I guess I'll take a room then.
I still imagine Shabba like getting down on all fours and like crawling into the
through the door,
the entryway.
Yeah. What's the damage?
You can get a nice meal and bed for each of you for 1.5 gold.
1.5? All right. I'll take that out of party funds.
Sick. Thanks, Zlo. I think that's what we should call you for short. Zlo.
So there are a few other halflings around, seem to be local villagers. And you also spot one man who stands out as being the only non-halfling besides yourselves. He's got kind of a scruffy beard and a headband, thick cloak, but hood pulled down.
Is he standing or sitting?
He's sitting at a table.
By himself?
Yeah.
I'll go and slide into the booth next to him. Or He's the only non-halfling here besides us.
Only non-Shabba, non-halfling creature in this
yes.
Building, yeah.
Non-Shabba, non-Tokas, non-stripey, non-halfling creature.
Right.
So I take this chair next to him and I say, come here often?
No, actually, this is my first time passing through.
Same. What brings you to this crappy town?
Just passing through on my way east.
Yeah? Like, to go where?
This is like such a canned conversation. Can we just come in? All right, I'm gonna sit at the table too. Hey, I'm Tokas. Don't mind him. He's just being weird. It's our friend Shabba Dabba Day. Last of the Rakashans and Wind Brother travels the glade.
A lot of things you don't need to concern yourself with.
Yeah, but I'm Tokas out.
And then I walk up and I'm like, I'm Azlo Tendertoe. I was just paralyzed for like a couple hours, but don't worry about it. It's fine. Still a little sore. Everything's going to be fine.
I got better.
Okay, you should at least be normal. You're the one that's supposed to be the diplomat. What's your name, friend?
I am Melinar.
Oh.
Cool.
You notice he seems a little bit on edge. You're not sure if it's just because you've all come up to him.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Mel. Hey, baby. Mel, baby. Hey. Can we get you a drink?
Sure, I would appreciate that.
All right. Now we're talking. So I'll buy him a drink. How much is it?
Depends on what you want to buy him. A couple silver, probably.
Oh, I want to get him the finest, almost, okay, maybe not the finest, but middle of the
road, middle shelf.
Yeah.
Let's go like 5 silver.
Okay.
DM question.
Dang.
When we leave this town, will we be heading east?
No, you came from the east.
Oh. Well, sorry we can't travel together, buddy, but we're going in the opposite direction. Yeah, I know. I'm disappointed, too.
Your road actually takes you northwards along the trail that you followed earlier, because there is no west road from here. We'll go north, across the river, and then at a crossroads turn west from there.
Money deducted. Here's your drink.
Here you go. Have a nice drink and a nice night.
And a nice life.
You too, it's appreciated.
Goodbye forever.
And we just slink away, or no, we do one of those where you just like do this under the table.
We just slouch down into our chairs until we're completely gone.
We just crawl away.
Much easier said than done for Shabba.
Yep.
Okay, so you just buy him a drink and leave?
Yeah.
No. Well, no. Wait. We can get deeper in the conversation.
Tokas, it's a classic move. We have to make him want to be friends with us, and that's how you do that.
Oh yeah.
You leave him wanting more. You show him a nice gesture, and then you leave. So we immediately, we all just stand up at the same time, and then we move to the next table over, and we sit down.
Yeah.
As soon as his drink arrives.
And we try not to look at him.
Nobody looks at him.
We have light conversation, but we leave a chair open.
You see a worried frown come across his face as he looks at the drink.
It's a bomb.
He sniffs it and just sets it aside.
Oh, guys, we're not very good at this. Azlo, why don't you take over?
All right. I walk over there and I'm like, Melinar, are you important to this story at all?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Because if not, we'll just leave you alone.
That's exactly what I'm wondering.
If you have any value to this podcast, just let us know, and we'll work you in.
Otherwise, we can go our separate ways so we don't waste each other's time.
Yeah, exactly.
He could totally be a side quest.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, well, I started trying to ask him about himself, and then he was all, "Oh, I'm not going to tell you."
Hey, Melinar, do you have any side quests for us?
But you can't directly ask a person if they're a side quest.
Why not?
That's like asking somebody if they're not actually friend material and they're just going to be an acquaintance. You can't do that.
Are you an NPC in the story of my life?
Yeah.
This is so loaded.
Well, he's the protagonist of his own story, so there.
That's true. Everybody is.
You know what? I'm going to walk back into the conversation because I'm the one that bought him the drink. Listen, and I'm going to make a roll.
Listen,
here.
are we NPCs in the story of your life?
Oh, I got a 15.
Wow.
That is pretty
Actually
dang
not bad.
good.
That's with your minuses?
Yes, I rolled a
Wow.
17. And so we're like chatting, we're like talking about our lives, and I'm telling them how hard gnome boarding school was. And did you go to boarding school too? Did your parents not love you like mine didn't and send you off somewhere?
I mean, I can understand having a hard life. Mine hasn't exactly been easy either. But, I mean, my wagon broke down just outside of town. I had to walk here. I wasn't able to repair it. I'm still hoping to be able to repair it before I head east, because I can't continue on without it. Don't have much time here either.
Man, in a hurry, huh?
Oh, well, Shabba here happens to be an excellent maker of things.
Cartwright? No.
Yeah.
No?
I mean, he could make you some wheels out of stone.
Yeah, I can carve you some stone wheels. While he was talking, I was using my empathic ability on him to gain uncanny insight about him. I rolled a 19 versus his charisma deception.
If he's trying to be deceptive anyway.
Yes.
It sounds like he's being honest here, at least so far. But you can also tell that he's got some reason for wanting to be out of here in a hurry, and why he's particularly on edge that his wagon's broken and left outside of town.
Yeah, it does seem to be. Well, I'm not good at fixing things at all. I've got 2 left thumbs, but we can help you fix your wagon if you want.
I would appreciate that greatly. Honestly, I wouldn't even be staying in this town if it weren't broken right now.
Oh, so you hate halflings. So you're racist.
No, I'm just really in a hurry.
Oh. Okay, well, yeah, let's go get that wagon fixed then.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, maybe it was destiny for us to meet.
Yeah, we can help you.
We should all go out of town together in the dark right now.
Why don't you take a few sips of that there alcohol first?
Yeah, just drain that beer first, and then we'll go out.
Well, the night is still young. You could potentially make it somewhere and do something before it gets prohibitively late.
I feel like we should just fix it in the morning. Rest up.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It looks sketch.
Yeah, why don't we just have a good time? That way he's comfortable with us helping him in the morning. Like, we'll just learn a little bit more about him. What else do you mind telling us about yourself? I mean, we're just, some travelers, and you seem to be a traveler, too. I'm still working off that 15, by the way. Just kind of ghost that, because Tokas, never has good conversations, it seems.
I'm a merchant. I'm on my way east to sell my wares, and...
Oh, that's cool.
Shabba, you're pretty sure that was not an honest statement? That he's a merchant?
Interesting.
Oh. Do you gonna give us, the eyebrow?
Yeah, I give you guys a little look.
Oh, well, what do you sell? I'll play along.
This and that.
I'm in the fur business for those up in the mountains where it gets cold,
Oh, yeah. I've heard of the halfling scalp trade, and I take off my wig and show them that I've purchased
Scalps?
halfling hair.
No, I don't make wigs. I said I sell furs. Animal furs and skins.
Right. Furs off of the dead heads of halflings. Halfling furs.
I'm realizing there's no fix something skill in this game.
Well, we can help.
Well, you should have tool proficiencies. That would be the closest thing.
Oh,
You
okay.
have 2 different tools.
Right.
What are your tools? Mason/flint-knapper and...
Mason, yeah, and leather workers. So
leatherwork.
I don't really have the right type of tools for this job.
Yeah, it'd need to be a carpenter, or would probably be the closest.
Yeah. But we can hold up the wagon while he puts on the new wheel.
Why don't you tell us more about yourself? I mean, that's cool. We're pretty industrious ourselves. Azlo, why don't you show him the card?
Oh, yeah. Here's our business card. Also, I'm proficient with disguise kits, if that helps.
You can disguise the wagon to look like...
To make it look like it's fixed.
It's fixed.
Perfect. Basically the same as fixing it.
Nice.
I've had a rough time trying to scrape a living together from what I've managed to find and buy and sell here and there.
You should become an adventurer. The money's pretty good.
Yeah, helping.
We're really rolling in the dough.
Helping people, rescuing cats out of trees, helping grandma across the street.
Yep. And then prank calling the fire department.
It just doesn't sound like the life for me.
Yeah.
I have quite enough adventure on the road just as a merchant.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. Not everybody has what it takes to be an adventurer. A real one, anyway. I'm also a were-rat, so you could try that out if you wanted to.
I elbow him.
Ooh, Shabba, I've got a great idea. Why don't we play a little fun drinking game, or game that's appropriate for the bar? Why don't we play a little bit of Never Have I Ever?
Oh, hey, I like
You
it.
seem to do that a lot.
All right, so you go first, Azlo.
Never have I ever lied to anyone before about my profession.
Oh, nope, I haven't done that one.
Haven't done that.
I don't think these people are so willing to play these games that you keep on thrusting upon them.
We bought him a drink, and we assume he drank it, and we rolled really well on the talking.
the
Come
talking
on.
thing, the being good with people thing.
We've totally been talking more than a minute. Azlo, you don't tap into your superpowers,
I was
man.
just about to say, Melinar, we've been sitting here talking for about 60 seconds or more, and I just kind of feel like I've really gotten to know you really well. So how would you like to make an insight check? Contested by my persuasion check.
For what? What are you trying to do?
Such an awkward conversation.
To charm him with my diplomat ability. That's a natural 20.
So was mine.
Oh, really?
Whoa. What happened?
So, do we compare the pluses now?
Yeah.
Mine's a +9.
Okay, yeah, I can't beat that.
Wow. Dueling 20s.
Yeah, this is like a battle of the tongues.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
They're just like speaking so fast, Shabba and I can't keep up. Just like,
So he's charmed.
what's happening?
Yeah, give us, I don't know, just tell us a little bit more about yourself. What brought you here? And
I mean, I'd really like to be out of town as quickly as possible. If you could get things taken care of tonight, that would be wonderful. He lowers his voice here. I've got some people who are kind of chasing after me that I really want to leave behind.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, we know what that's like, man.
yeah, I feel you.
You act as if, like, not everybody has a bounty on their head. Like, we know what that's like.
That's like common occurrence around these parts.
Maybe we should forge an alliance or something. Watch each other's backs, you know?
I mean, I would appreciate any help you can give me. They'll probably be in town by afternoon tomorrow at the latest. I really need to get going. Do you think you can maybe help me with my wagon tonight, actually?
Well, what do you say, guys?
Azlo, isn't the whole reason you charmed him to not just get more information? Like,
I do have advantage on my social interaction checks with him.
yeah, so you could be like, we scratch his back, he can scratch our backs. I could really use a back scratch.
It's already dark outside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not only risky for him to leave town with us. Well, now that he's charmed, he's not going to have any resistance to that. But it's also risky for us to venture outside of town with him. Why don't we compromise and say at first light of dawn, we shall all arise and go out and do the fix-it thing.
Yeah, I like that idea. We'll go out at first light, we'll help you fix your cart, and in exchange, you can scratch our backs.
It's been a while since I've had a good scratch back.
I meant it.
Yeah.
I meant that figuratively,
what?
Azlo.
Oh.
Figuratively.
Well,
why don't you share in some... You said you're a merchant. Why don't you share in some of your wares with us?
Oh.
And we'll happily fix your cart.
I could probably find something that's not too dear to me that I could part with.
That's cool. I hope your wares aren't dear to you. That would be hard to be a merchant then, if you if you had an emotional attachment to everything that you were trying to sell.
Dear as in valuable.
I'd like to buy your wares. Ooh, I don't know if I can let those go.
Thanks for the offer, but I'm going to have to pass. I just love this too much.
Listen, we're just 3 guys and a badger. 4 guys and a badger, sorry. Having a drink. Yeah, why don't you just honestly tell us about what you honestly sell? Honestly. We're all on the same team here now that you've been charmed by Azlo. Now that we're having a good conversation.
I have furs in there. I have various other things, too.
I like furs. I wear a bunch of furs on a regular basis.
Yeah, we do wear it with the furs.
I like various other things.
Yeah, I could upgrade my furs to new furs.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. All right, let's go to sleep now, since we have to wake up early in the morning. Let's all go to sleep in the same room.
Let's all go to sleep.
Not in the same room, actually. We'll meet you out in the hallway as soon as the first light of dawn is approaching.
Yeah, or we could share your room. That's fine. Thanks for offering. You know what, guys? We'll share his room.
No, I don't trust
I
it.
don't have a room big enough.
I say that in front of him. Oh, okay.
Wonderful. I'll see you at first light. Thank you so much.
All right, you bet.
Very well.
Well, guys, I say as we're walking to our room, I don't know what's up with this guy, but I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, you gave us like the look. Like, what'd you feel?
Just saying it. It's the thing, the him not being a merchant thing, the lying thing.
Oh, yeah. Are we going to help this bad person? Maybe potentially bad person.
Definitely, because whatever he's lying about, he's got a reason to hide it, and whatever you got reason to hide, it's probably valuable.
True Goliath wisdom there.
Or maybe it's just like a bunch of dead bodies. And then we'll just be like, well, I'm sorry, we're going to have to turn you into the authorities.
Yeah, it's like we knock on his door to say goodnight, and we hear like a commotion in the room. He's like strangling somebody.
Anyway, we'll see what happens tomorrow, I suppose. At the first light of dawn.
I suppose.
And ready for whatever the future may hold, you retire for the night.
And recuperate our much-needed health points.
And, yes.
Spell slots.
The Damage Guild Podcast. Granting you a circumstance bonus to happiness since 2018.
Greetings, loyal subjects. It would appear there's a new game in town, as this week we've got a brand new royal decree from Alyssa Albee, one of our illustrious patrons. So without further ado, cue the music, fellas! To King Seth. You have created your own downfall, King Seth. Using this royal decree, I, Queen Alyssa, hereby dethrone King Seth and assume the position of the latest royal decree. You have worn the crown for too long, and it is time for your tyranny to end. Okay, but in all seriousness, Seth, what I really want to say is thank you for being an amazing friend. You're always there for me on best and worst days. Although we're apart by distance, you're close to my heart. I love you, no matter how many ridiculous puns you say. Oh, that is so sweet. And yet also a little bit threatening at the same time. I like it. It does touch my heart to see friends sending good vibes over the airwaves to each other, all the while cementing their place in podcast history. This royal decree and others to follow are special bonus perks we're now offering to our patrons. So don't forget, you've only got 2 weeks left to sign up at patreon.com/damageguild. By June 30th, you can sign up at any tier, and you'll receive your free bonus episode and a coupon for $5 off in our store. Not to mention all the other great perks you'll receive by becoming a patron of the Damage Guild. And if for some strange reason you don't want to become a patron, but you'd like to issue a royal decree like the one you just heard, go to thedamageguild.com/decree to get one lined up. It's a great way to support the show, and also, as we've seen here today, it's quite literally the most effective way to wage war against your most hated adversaries, while secretly backstabbing them with kindness. Stay safe out there, you crazy kids. Enjoy the second half of this episode, and in 2 short weeks, we'll be back again with some Damage Guildy goodness for your loving ears.
You are listening to the Damage Guild Podcast.
So, your plan was to meet Melinar outside the inn at first light?
Yes.
And the night passes uneventfully, so...
Sweet. Those are my favorite kind of nights.
Yeah, right. I wake up early and just wait outside the door of his room so that when he opens it, I'm standing there.
He opens the door at like 6 in the morning or so.
Hi, Melinar.
And he sees you standing there and just goes, Oh, we're supposed to meet outside. I need some breakfast first.
Want to be best friends and trust each other?
Well, that's a very suspicious thing to say.
Well, I'll get breakfast with you if you insist. Sure.
What a kind fellow that Melinar is.
Yeah, always inviting people for breakfast.
I mean, how can you turn him down?
I can't. I literally can't, because then I wouldn't know what he was doing or where he was. So yes, Melinar, to answer your question, I will accompany you to breakfast.
Whatever. He walks down the hall past you and into the common area.
I follow.
He just orders some simple breakfast and starts eating. Doesn't really...
I ask him what his favorite breakfast item is.
I don't know. I haven't had it much here before. I like hash browns. They're probably good.
That does sound good. I'll have what he's having.
I'll have what he's having, but plain.
Tokas is suddenly sitting there. Oh, hey, Tokas. Right.
Whoa,
Yeah,
wait, I wasn't there?
I woke up early and went to his room.
Oh.
Yeah, Azlo's still asleep for sure.
I'm just like on Shabba's back, but he didn't know it, like a koala.
The camera pans up and you're just sitting there perched on my shoulders.
And just like kind of like poke my head over and I'm like, I'll have that plane. And then I go back.
Don't mind Tokas. He just stays back there sometimes.
You probably just couldn't sleep at all to begin with, so...
Yeah.
Alright, you have a breakfast. He eats pretty quickly.
I put some hash browns in my pocket for Azlo because I'm sure he's going to be hungry. There's like ketchup all over him and stuff, and I'm just like, I'll save these for Azlo. He's going to want them.
You know me well, Shabba. I say in my dreams.
Alright, so he doesn't seem like he really wants to talk a whole lot. He just scarfs down his food and says, I'm gonna go get my horses. Meet me outside in a few minutes.
Cool, I'll come with you. Sounds like you need help. Because there's a lot of horses that you're getting, right? More than one?
How about you go and make sure your friends are all up and ready to go?
Okay. Tokas, make sure Azlo's up. I'll come with you, Melinar.
Okay, and then I climb down Shabba's back and I start scurrying off to where Azlo's sleeping.
Whatever.
No, you don't understand, Melinar. I'm really good with animals. I have a horse of my own, actually. I recently just became her best friend. And by that I mean I purchased her.
Which to Shabba is basically the same thing.
Essentially, yeah.
Don't you buy all your friends? That's the only way you can have friends is by buying them?
Oh, wow, that's really mean of you to say, Melinar.
I guess you learned that from Azlo, huh?
So true.
Dang, Melinar, that cuts deep. Wow, we just met.
It's like he knows
How do
us.
you know that about us?
Well, I was saying that as me, not as him. But
Okay.
It's hard when we like switch from our real life selves to our fantasy selves back to our real life selves, you know?
It is.
It's like they kind of get blended in our minds when we play together, you know?
Yeah, because we're nothing like our characters, but we're really blended into a single psyche.
Yeah. I mean, that's my secret. I'm always Tokas.
Yeah.
What?
I can see how that would work in your favor in a lot of cases.
When you come into the room, I am like tossing and turning on the bed, and I'm like, no, Petunia, don't eat my foot. No.
And then I grab Azlo's foot. Like,
What just happened? Tokas? How did you transform from Petunia into Tokas?
No, you were having a bad dream. Listen, we have to get to where Shabba is. I think something's going down.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. I throw off the covers, and I jump and land Spider-Man-like on the ground. And then I do a somersault, and then I pick up my hat and put it on my head, and I walk out the door.
Sweet, I'll go with it.
still wearing your pajamas, but at least you have your hat.
Yeah, exactly. That's all that matters.
All right, so everyone gets ready to go. Shabba, you follow Melinar out to the stables.
Yeah.
He just gathers 2 horses, pulls them out, and I assume you get your animals.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah, I'll get Petunia and Taylor and Ralph out of there.
Were you just going to watch him take his and not get yours? Or?
I was just going to help him get his horses. Because I figured if they're cart horses, he probably wasn't going to ride them, but maybe he is, I guess. I asked him if he's planning to ride them to the cart.
It's easier than walking. I'll ride one of them, lead the other.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess so, because I figured we're going in the opposite direction that he is, so we didn't really need to take our animals to leave town, plus there might be something the other guys want to do before we go. So, that's fine, I'll just run. I'll run alongside him. No, I'm kidding. I'll get the animals out and saddle them up and get them ready for Azlo and Tokas.
Okay, you all meet in front of the inn. Melinar looks at everyone and says, "You're all ready to go?"
All ready.
Ready, steady.
Good. Let's head out. And you set off, just following the road for a short distance outside of town. Takes you about 20 minutes or so riding there.
Okay. So I forget about the hash browns in my pocket until we're like halfway there down the dusty trail, and I've been riding this whole time. And I'm like, oh yeah, Azlo, since you didn't have time to eat breakfast, here you go. And I pull them out of my pocket and give them to him.
Ooh, still warm. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's mostly body heat at this point.
There's like little pieces of lint sticking off of them and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And like a penny stuck on one side.
Fur.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a half-done lollipop sticking to the bottom.
I say, wow, thanks, Shabba. You're so kind. I couldn't possibly accept.
Stripey's eaten half of it.
Yeah. Just pull Stripey out of your pocket. What?
He's like attached to it, munching on it.
Yeah, just hanging on to the bottom side and looking around.
Well, are you sure you're not hungry?
You know what?
You look famished.
Yeah, I just ate yesterday. I'm good, thanks. Let's keep riding, shall we?
Okay, I guess, if you insist.
So when you arrive, you find the wagon tilted at an odd angle, blocking half the road. It looks like one of the wheels, or maybe the axle, is broken. The wagon has a heavy canvas covering, but you can see several large bolts of cloth inside, along with some barrels and crates. Melinar dismounts, leads the horses over, and takes a quick look inside, and seems to be counting his wares. Looks like it's all still here, thankfully. He turns to you. Well, I already tried to fix it for a couple hours yesterday evening, but I didn't manage to make much progress.
Well, it looks like this cart could use a classic half-axle shimmy down. Right, Tokas? I think that's the easy fix here.
You're reading my mind, Shabba. Stop reading my mind.
That's invasive, and it makes me feel like my personal privacy is being compromised.
Yeah, you don't want to go in there, Shabba, not since I became dark.
Yeah, Tokas should be the one among us who can assess this problem the best.
But I'm going to need Shabba's trusty hammer.
Well, yeah, you can
Skill.
absolutely have my tools and my strength, but it's your brains we need here. Your analytical, mechanical, engineering mind.
I will make a brains check.
Good. That's a good one.
What skill would this be?
Whatever skill best complements the 10 I just rolled.
Probably computer use check.
I just open up AutoCAD on my Mozilla browser and I start to...
Yeah. Like I'm making a quick 3D model SketchUp of this cart.
Well, does anyone have a relevant tools proficiency? If not, then it'll just be a straight intelligence.
I only have leather workers and masons tools.
I have a disguise kit.
So it doesn't sound like it.
Would this fall under Tinker's tools? I'm proficient with Tinker's tools.
I mean, you could tinker with a...
Sure, I'll allow that.
That's cool.
Yeah. Ooh. So I get my proficiency bonus?
Yeah, and intelligence.
The rule of cool strikes again.
So proficiency with the 10 with my intelligence?
Yes.
15.
It's pretty decent.
Alright, so you get down there and start examining the wagon. It doesn't take you very long. It looks like some pretty obvious breaks. The axle's got a crack running through it.
Yeah.
Probably just needs to be taken off, have a new axle installed, and put the wheel back on.
Yeah, like I said, classic half-axle shimmy down. Alright, Tokas, I'll lift up the cart while you assemble the new wheel and axle.
How are we building a new wheel and a new axle, Shabba?
Melinar, as you're asking that, he says, well, there's some spare wood and tools in the back of the cart. They should be able to help you out with that.
That's how, Tokas.
If you think you can fix it, then I'll go ahead and start hitching up the horses. Sound good?
Nope. No, we do not want the horses to bolt while we are fixing the wagon, so please refrain from doing that until after the repair has been made. Thank you very much. It is too likely that something goes catastrophically wrong here. Let's just leave the cart alone for now.
Shabba, while you hold up the cart and Tokas, you make the repairs, I will keep watch, and I climb up onto the cart and I lay down on top of the goods and just put my hands behind my head and look around.
I'm like starting to lift it. Azlo, you're not helping this situation.
Dude, I only weigh not very much weight. 50-ish pounds.
But all the gold you're carrying is really heavy.
Oh, that's true.
I just have this image of Azlo with these huge satchels of money
hanging off his belt. All right, I get down.
Azlo, could you watch, him?
Shabba?
No, not Shabba. I don't want to say his name out loud,
Oh, Stripey. Got it.
Yeah.
Understood.
No.
Cool. I'll keep an eye on him. You don't want him to eat your tots, I understand.
I need you to listen. Watch Melinar.
Who, Melinar?
Yeah, we had breakfast this morning. It was really nice.
Oh,
you should
that's
have been
cool.
there.
Good story.
The early hobbit leaves the hole.
Mm-hmm.
So
that is what they say.
So,
yeah.
It's something to think about. Also, you should go on a diet. All right, I'm going to go back to working on the cart. I'm just looking out for you. I want you to live a nice, long halfling life because I do have the longest lifespan in the party, so all intents and purposes.
As you're keen to remind us often.
Yeah. I'm going to be very lonely after you guys die your natural lifespans. So I need you to live a nice, long, healthy lifespan, Azlo.
Or you could live a very unhealthy life, and then your lifespan would be reduced.
Yeah, that's true. You could drastically reduce your lifespan so that we could all die together.
I just imagined Tokas drinking in the morning and I'm eating all sorts of unhealthy food, like an overweight Tokas.
Yeah. Just eat tots all day, every day, every meal.
Definitely shoot for that. Yep.
You eat at fast food at every city we stop in.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, seriously, watch him. I don't trust the guy, okay?
Okay, got it.
I'm not as trusting as Shabba is.
I'll keep an eye on him.
Okay, for his part, Melinar takes the horses to the front and sets the reins down over a bar, just to kind of keep the horses there. He's watching everything that everyone else is doing, keeping an eye on his goods also. And occasionally he looks around nervously. Actually, make an insight check.
Me?
Yes.
Sick.
That would be a 16.
You notice he still looks pretty nervous. Not necessarily about you three, but he's keeping a close watch on the road behind you, as well as everything that's happening with the cart.
I also look down the road behind us.
You don't see a whole lot. It's very early morning, kind of misty.
You should also look in the various containers that he has on the cart.
Yeah, I just dive into the cart, Scrooge McDuck style, and I'm just like swimming through his belongings. Do I see anything? No, I guess I won't do that. I'll just keeping an eye on him. See if he does anything fishy.
And in the meantime, Tokas, you want to give me a check? Let's say Dex and your tools.
Okay. So that is a 14 with Dex and proficiency?
So 16?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, you're familiar with working with all these sorts of things, so you don't really have any trouble getting it off, especially with Shabba there helping to support the whole wagon.
While I'm like under the cart working on it, kind of like you see like a lot of car mechanics, I'm reminiscing with Shabba, like, oh yeah, we used to, work on these down in the caves all the time. This would break or that would break. They usually send me back to work on all this stuff. They never wanted me up there in the fray of things. They kind of just like, all right, let's have Tokas like fix all these broken mine carts and stuff. And mine cart axles are not all that different from cart axles, Shabba. And then I'm just kind of like giving like Shabba like this nice half an hour explanation of the similarities and the differences between mine carts and normal cart wheels.
Even though it only takes you 10 minutes to get it off.
Well, yeah, I'm still explaining after we finish.
Keep talking.
And like Shabba's such a good friend. He's like that one friend that you have, like most people have, that listens to you even though you just keep talking. And he's a good friend like that. Azlo, I wish you were more like Shabba. I turn aside to Azlo.
Yeah, I really should be more like that.
Yeah.
Are you done yet?
With my explanation or with the cart?
With fixing the cart.
Yeah. Oh, the cart's been fixed, Azlo.
Oh, well, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
The difference is I pretend to care even when I don't. Azlo doesn't even put on the facade about caring.
Wait, what do you mean pretend to care?
No, nothing. That was an out-of-character conversation. Shabba's not actually saying this.
Oh, okay. That was for Sean to know and Tokas to find out.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha.
Melinar comes back and sees that you've finished putting the wheel back on, getting it all nice and tight. He says, "Thank you so much for your assistance. I'm afraid I don't have much that I can pay you. Most of my goods are rather heavy for their value, so you probably wouldn't want to lug them back with you. All I really have on hand that I can afford to give up right now is a few coins." He reaches into a pouch and pulls out 3 gold pieces. And he holds them out to whoever is going to take them.
I don't think we need it, Azlo.
I would disagree.
Why don't we just ask him for a favor and just say we did it out of, like goodwill? And these are things that Shabba would say. Shabba, why don't you tell him?
Instead of those 3 gold pieces, how about could we have a look through that large container there in your cart and just see if there's any little thing we might want to pick up instead?
I'll tell you, all I've got is the bolts of cloth. I've got some salts, some bars of iron, things like that. There's nothing really interesting or valuable. Valuable enough to trade, but...
yeah, we definitely don't want the salt. Tokas likes it plain. How much cloth would 3 gold pieces buy us? Enough to make fancy bathrobes for all 3 of us?
That's probably about 1 bolt worth, or maybe not even, maybe half a bolt.
We are in need of some fancy bathrobes, right, guys?
So, wait, rather than take the 3 gold, we're going to take the 3 gold and then give it back to him to just give us that much cloth instead?
That's the plan.
Why not just have gold?
Guys, we're wasting an opportunity here. I almost would rather just gather information. Hey, Melinar, you ever heard of a name Blackblade?
I can't say that I have.
Thunder rumbles in the distance.
Well, no, we're just, hey, listen, we're travelers. You're a traveler yourself, right?
Yes, of a sort.
I'd almost rather be interested in just being, friends more than acquaintances, but maybe not like best friends. Like you scratch our back, we'll scratch yours. maybe you can tell us some of what's been going on in these parts lately.
Well, I really am in a hurry. I don't have much time to sit here and talk. Now that the wagon's fixed, I really should be on my way.
Yeah, but we're going the same way, aren't we?
No, you're going opposite directions.
I think what Tokas is asking for is one of those little coupons that says free back scratch on it. You know what I mean? Can you just give us one of those?
Or a favor.
Here's something I can do for you. And he pulls out a piece of parchment and sets it on the side of the wagon and writes a quick note. Then he folds it up and hands it to you. It says, "Here, show that at the Merchants Guild in Eastranda, and I'm sure they'll give you some discounts or something."
Cool.
You're part of the Merchants Guild?
Oh, I am a merchant.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. You are a merchant, aren't you?
Forgot about that.
Well, thanks, friend.
Yeah, that's great.
Hey, good luck running from the law and stuff. And, I mean, we knew the whole time that you were... No, I'm kidding. Tokas doesn't say that.
So do you take a look at the note or anything?
Yeah, I'll pop it open.
So all it says is, "These men repaired my wagon on the road. Give them something nice. Melinar."
Fair enough.
Wow.
Okay, I guess that works.
But we don't know his reputation. Like, he could be, like, super clutch merchant guy back there.
Could be a dope merchant for show.
Or when we show that note, we get immediately arrested because we're, like, an accomplice to a wanted man.
Is there a last name, or was it just Mel? Was he just like, hey, it's Melinar?
Melimel.
It's just Melinar. That's all he put on it.
Which town was that in?
Eastranda, which is where you're headed.
Hey, Melinar, can you put your surname on this note as well, just so we make sure it's the right Melinar, and so that they know it's you and not some other Melinar who might be posing as you?
Sure, just a second. Or you let me see that?
Sure.
Okay, you hand it back, and he scribbles on it really quickly and gives it back to you.
And what does it say when he gives it back to me?
You see, the last name in there is Neffel.
Melinar Neffel.
Nefel.
Well, DJ Melimel, thank you so much for letting us help you. We wish you the best of luck and travels. May that one deity who is the deity of luck and travel and stuff bless you kindly.
Those are two separate deities?
Yeah, those ones. Give you good fortune and good travels, because that's what they do.
Yeah, and I hope the Ramlord's shoulder is all up in that back.
Not too all up in, mind you. Just enough.
Just enough to drive you forward.
Yes, and may Aldona guide your travels.
Likewise.
I feel so left out because Tokas doesn't have a deity.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't either. Azlo doesn't either.
Yeah, you guys are just soulless heathens. That's fine.
We're just a couple of dudes, trying to make it in the world.
Don't feel bad about it.
Tokas folds his arms in disapproval.
Yeah, maybe you should research some gods so you can get one, Tokas.
Yeah, for most people in this world, it's not that you don't have any deity. Like, you might not have a patron deity, but you still believe that they're all out there and you worship whichever one is convenient for the time and for the purpose.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like Tokas would make his.
Make his own?
Make his own, yeah.
Just make up something to worship?
No, I'd build it.
Oh, yeah. Like a mechanical god?
The Robo God.
If you guys, check this out. I put this punch card in the god, and then it comes out with an answer.
Oh, nice! Go. Like a basic AI simulation.
Yeah, like a supercomputer, nice. But it's really basic.
Magic 8-ball.
Yeah, just a randomly selected yes or no answer to every question you could possibly have. That sounds like a good way to live your life.
I think you definitely need to invent that.
Well, we were going to do that if I went down the multi-class of wizard path, right?
What, being able to randomly predict the future or not?
The augury thing?
Yes. And then we were going to roleplay that as me making a machine or something.
Oh, okay. An augury machine. So it's yes, no, maybe so. Are the three potential answers?
Yeah, like exactly like a magical 8-ball. Because I was saying this might be worth me learning because we can't make up our minds.
Right.
We should just let Stripey decide the future of the AAA team.
That's true. He'd be in a lot better shape. That's for sure.
Well, he is a successful kingpin, so
yeah,
that's true. He is used to being the boss.
He knows his stuff.
He knows how to run a business.
Usually in life, when I can't make a very important decision, I usually decide randomly as well. I find that helps.
Oh, I thought you were about to say I usually give that decision to my badger and let him.
That too.
Which is just as good as deciding randomly. Anyway, Melinar, thanks for letting us be of service to you. We got the feel goods out of helping you with your
situation. I hope that your situation clears up, whatever it may be. Whoever may be bothering you or pestering you or after you. Because it's clear to me, I'm an excellent judge of character, by the way. That's why I wanted to be best friends with you. It's clear to me I can see things about people, and we know that you're in some sort of trouble. But don't feel like you need to mention it to us. I can just kind of tell that about people. So go ahead and hitch those horses up and be on your way, and we'll trouble you no more. And I hope that your troubles trouble you no more as well.
His expression becomes a little bit more nervous as you're talking about his potential troubles and whatever. But then he calms down a little bit and says, right, so I'll just get my horses hitched up then and be on my way.
Cool, man.
Very well.
We're not standing in your way.
Nope.
Do we, stand there and creepily watch him do it, or do we also
definitely
go on our way?
Yeah. All three stand there, don't say a word, just stare at him.
And we pull up our 3 animals, and then Stripey peeks out of my backpack as well, and we all 7 of us just stare at him.
Mm-hmm. Not a word.
Yeah.
Does he appreciate that?
Seems to be getting more and more paranoid as time goes on. So he quickly gets the horses hitched up to the wagon and climbs aboard and says, well, I'll be off now. Good day.
You too.
Yeah. And he flips the reins and the horses start trotting off on the road.
Well, there's our good deed for the day, guys.
Yeah, I think that went really well.
Yeah, now we can be meanie heads to everyone else for the rest of the day.
Let's just go back to bed.
All right.
And then we'll wake up again tomorrow and do it again.
Yeah, I'm really tired. I woke up super early this morning.
But for realsies, though, we have places to be, don't we?
We do. Easteranda is chief among them.
That's right. I do have that written on my character sheet. We should go there.
Azlo, why do you have a character? What even is that?
Yeah, what's a character sheet?
It's a halfling thing. Don't trouble yourself.
It's a way to measure your character.
Yes, exactly.
Be ye of good character.
Yours is already so impeccable that you don't need one.
I don't need one, yep. That's true.
Meanwhile, I'm so shisty that I have to keep track of my own character.
There's no possible way that Shabba's character could grow to be any better whatsoever. He's perfect.
Yeah.
Just like me, Tokas.
That's right.
It's kind of weird that you just said your own name there right now, but that's cool.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Tokas. Well, do you guys have anything else you want to do in town before we leave, or should we just hit the road since we have our animals with us already?
Do we need to load up on any supplies while we're here?
Azlo, did you leave your stuff back in the hotel room?
Probably, yeah.
All right, well, I guess
I do that sometimes.
I guess we should go back for those.
We could go back and he could get his own hash browns.
No, I'm good. No. We've got, rations and stuff. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, he ate yesterday, remember?
You probably brought your stuff with you. You had enough time to pack up while they were getting the animals.
All right, then I mount Taily and say, "Hya, to Easteranda! You know the way."
Does she turn around and look at you funny?
I don't know.
Well, he just starts going down the road the direction that you're pointed.
All right, I hope it's the right one.
All right, Ralph follows. Did we ever find out exactly what the rabbit's foot does?
I think I could probably tell you. It's been a day, and you could examine it overnight.
Yeah, even just on the road or whatever.
Azlo, you were up all night mesmerized by the rabbit's foot. You're like, the power in my hands.
Yeah, totally.
Just obsessing over it.
We actually just watched Mission Impossible 3. We're watching through all those movies. And the little MacGuffin in the movie is called the rabbit's foot. It's the thing that you never find out what it actually does because it's a J.J. Abrams movie and he likes to do that in his movies.
She did say to rub it right before you're about to do something risky.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Didn't I shoot at you a bunch of times and have you rub it before each shot?
I think we talked about doing that. Did we actually do it?
No. Womp womp.
With your magical knowledge, I guess, and you're spending time overnight to study it, I'll just tell you what it does. So once per day, as a bonus action, you can rub the rabbit's foot and gain advantage on your next ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Ooh.
Before the start of your next turn.
Sweet.
So that's an item interaction?
A bonus action.
Oh, bonus action.
That's pretty handy.
Well, so that would be best on whoever isn't already spending their bonus action. So we got to give it to Stripey.
That's true.
Because he's not already using his bonus action.
He'd probably just eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Plus, he could just rub his own foot, right? That's like basically the same thing.
They're both rodents.
I wasn't saying that because I want it for myself. I was just saying as a party we should maybe talk about it. Max, it might be better on Shabba. I don't know.
I don't know if how it exactly works. I'd have to read it, but I think that whole thing next level where Stripey attacks at the same time I does, he may have to use his bonus action for that.
Yeah, that's a reaction, I believe.
Oh, okay. Okay, so never mind then. So yeah, let's definitely give it to Stripey. I agree.
I was actually proposing maybe we give it to Shabba.
How do you guys use your bonus actions usually?
I have a lot of different things for my bonus action.
To cast Hunter's Mark, that's it. That's the only time I ever use my bonus action.
Yeah, that's why I'm suggesting it to go to Shabba.
You should take it.
Yeah, that would be super helpful, like, on a key shot, like, if I really need to. And this is once per day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, so, like...
Oh, it's only once per day.
If I'm taking the shot to bring down the last bad guy or something, having advantage on that roll would be quite helpful, I imagine.
Clutch.
It would be super clutch.
I think it might be better served on either Azlo or Shabba, because I already have a lot of different bonus things to do.
Yeah, I have a bunch of bonus stuff myself, so...
Yeah, both of you guys have more complicated combat styles than I do. I just stand and shoot. You guys can do, like, all kinds of weird blade flourishes and...
We gotta get you some, like, cool stuff.
You know.
Like, don't you get to do cool things in a level or two, Shabba? Come on.
That's what I am. I'm just the steady... I'm the rock of the party, right?
I thought that was me.
No, you're the heart and soul of the party. I'm the rock. Azlo's the brains. No, but you're also
You're the
brains.
rock gnome of the party.
Yeah, you're the rock gnome. But that's not necessarily your role.
No, but on a serious note, Jay, do you get cool things soon?
No, probably not. No, like I said, the Stripey attacking with me and on his own will be a way to get him involved in combat more often. He'll be like an extension of myself.
Don't you get to do, like, cool special shots or something? I mean, like, multi-shot or, like, hyper shot, frost shot, fire shot. Come on, there's got to be, like, something.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Probably. I'll look into it and we'll talk about it in the bonus episode. By the way, if you haven't checked out our Patreon, we have a bunch of bonus episodes that you can look at, and they're pretty fun, I think. Every time we level up, we all talk about what we got, so it's pretty cool. We're planning to do maybe some more one-offs. We've got a one-off campaign there, one-off session. That was pretty fun.
It was my first time officially playing D&D.
Mm-hmm.
First
we got
ever.
it all on tape, on digital tape.
Yeah, I mean, if you want the content to keep happening, that is definitely something that helps us continue to, as the Rambler would say, push us forward.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Help us help you.
Patreon.com/DamageGuild.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Totally.
You leave town heading north, crossing the river and passing by the site of your battle with the spider eaters yesterday. And as evening approaches, the road splits, one path continuing on to the northeast, the other to the west.
This is the site, coincidentally, of what I would like to call Nafton 2, because the road also splits here.
Yes.
So I think we should start a new settlement.
I was actually confused. I thought we were in Nafton for a minute there.
Are we going to buy real estate here, too, and start another banana stand? Or split pea stand?
Exactly. We'll call it Nafton 2.0.
We can start a franchise.
Mm-hmm. All the Naftons.
Whatever happened to the other one? Didn't we hire somebody to run our property? Or your property, Shabba?
No, we just bought the property.
No, it's just sitting there?
You just have a square plot of land outside the wall.
Yeah, it's just sitting there.
It could be like a summer vacation spot for us, you know?
I agree. I think we should build a little cottage.
Yeah.
A 10 by 10 foot square.
Yeah.
We can grow old together until Tokas outlives you both. I'm still thinking about that. Yeah, I want to find a nice retirement home for you guys so I can, enjoy your senior years.
Thanks. I'm like 28. Shabba's like not very old.
How old am I? Oh, I'm 30.
Us rock gnomes, we think like really long term.
Yeah, I've got a couple of good years in me left.
It's never too early to plan for these things, Shabba.
That's true.
Looking down the western road, which should lead you to Istoranda, you see movement and dust clouds in the distance. It looks like a fairly large group, possibly a caravan, headed in your direction.
Whoa.
As the caravan draws closer, you notice that many of them seem rather heavily armed. 4 men on horseback then break away from the group, galloping towards you.